comes to hunters here in northern Michigan. Reversing it is a whole complex issue, but some believe it could start with more hunter success. As our Mark Gillette reports, that could start with our state Natural Resource Commission.
My family's 5 generations in northern Michigan, and we've hunted. We have our family hunting property.
State Representative Parker Fairbairn's among the army of dedicated and long-standing Michigan hunters.
Me and my brother and my dad, we hunt all year long for all sorts of different species.
But it's an army that's dropping in ranks. Hundreds of thousands of fewer hunters than used to take to the field a couple decades ago.
Michigan used to be, you'd travel from Ohio and Kentucky, they'd come up to the Upper Peninsula and hunt deer, and you do not see that anymore.
The data from the state matches up with what folks are seeing at TCH in Interlochen.
You name it, pretty much in the outdoors we got.
Year-round, they outfit those dwindling numbers of hunters and anglers, and year-round, they hear from them the same observations.
I hear a lot more that, gosh, the numbers aren't there anymore, or they're smaller. And that's, that's the one spot where the NRC, the state of Michigan can kind of get involved.
There may be a handful of reasons why Michigan hunter numbers are dropping, but many point to a lack of successful opportunities in the field.
If you're going to take a little youngster out hunting, right, you're going to get them off their screen first. That's the fight. You get them out there, you sit on the field all day, they get cold, they get wet, they don't see anything. We need to figure out how they're going to see something.
And some say addressing that frustration may run through the state's Natural Resource Commission, a 7-member panel appointed by the governor for 3-year terms to oversee policies regulating the taking of fish and game.
I think there's a lot of political insiders are going to get these positions, and that's not the way it should be, especially with the Natural Resource Commission.
And more of a representation from up north. Michigan's a diverse state, but some worry the policies in place don't take that into effect completely.
I think we really do need to take a multi-pronged approach on this.
While overall, Representative Fairbairn believes the NRC does,
for the most part, they do a very good job.
It hasn't stopped him from pushing for improvement and transparency. He introduced legislation requiring the NRC live stream their monthly meetings.
We're in the 21st century. People need to be able to have the opportunity to view these meetings online.
They agreed, and he's introduced bills to create a separate Natural Resource Commission for the Upper Peninsula to better address its unique challenges, regionality for policies that supporters can get behind.
The state really needs to get broken up into districts where those decisions can be made either by hometown meetings where we get together with the NRC and we just come up with different rules or different ideas for different areas, because they are going to be different throughout the state.
The logic: have the NRC create more specific regional policies and procedures based on feedback from folks who actually hunt and fish, and decisions based on one thing and one thing only.
100% biology. The special interest and the social science part just needs to be able to have their hands off.
For some, the hope that the end result of shifts in policy may mean more game out there and more hunters pursuing it.
I'm hopeful that over the next year and 2 years, we're going to see policies that are enacted that'll really make the deer population much more healthy, as well as getting new hunters enjoying the outdoors.
That was UpNorthLive's Mark Gillette reporting. The National Resource Commission will be live streaming its next meeting scheduled for March 11th. Again, reversing the trend is a complex issue that may take many factors to actually address. We've addressed how northern Michigan is in need of more child care programs. In fact, this summer, Emmett County families will have an opportunity to enrich their children's education through the North Central Michigan Community College. The workforce and continuing education has opened for registration for the Summer Learning Academy. Starting June 22nd and continuing until August 20th, a wide range of interactive classes will be available Monday through Thursday. Classes range from gardening, Lego, robotics, guitar lessons, and STEM.
We have found an incredible need to connect families with childcare and being more than just care, having it be interactive workshops, encouraging students to be lifelong learners.
Morning sessions are from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and afternoon classes will run from 1 p.m. to 4. Hernandez says students can sign up for both sessions and should pack a lunch. Spots are expected to be filled, so it is recommended to register as soon as you can. But for more information on what and when these classes will be available and even some scholarship opportunities, check out our website, UpNorthLive.com. And that takes us to our question of the day. Does your community need more summer childcare options? Check out our website, UpNorthLive.com. Vote in our daily poll. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen as well. And you can also, as always, check out our Facebook fan page, Up North Live. Leave your comments, which we will check toward the end of the show. Looking ahead to the summer season, we continue our series tonight on the release of the Interlochen Arts Festival's summer concert lineup. Joining us again tonight is Rodney Ankeny with the Interlochen Arts Academy. Rodney, good to see you again. Thank you for making time for us on this Monday.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's always exciting to talk about any of the concert lineups with Interlochen and to think ahead to warmer days, the amazing summer venue that the Kresge Auditorium has. Right now, we have two more concert lineups that we're going to chat about with Interlochen Arts Festival Summer Concert Series. One starting in July. In fact, the Jason Isbell and the 400 unit.
Yeah, that was going to be on Friday, July 24th. And Jason Isbell is a 6-time Grammy winner. And in fact, he was nominated 3 times this year for a Grammy. So this is going to be a great concert, some great music. And he's bringing his band too, the 400 unit. So it's not just going to be a solo show that he's often known for. He's bringing his band with him. So it's going to be great.
And tickets starting at $54 right now?
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Tickets are going to be starting at $54, and they're going to go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at interlochen.org/tickets.
And do you recommend people, jump on that and make sure, that if they want to go to this concert, to really get on there, first thing, 10 a.m. to get the tickets?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So last week we announced Joe Bonamassa with Government Mule. Those tickets are almost sold out already, and it's only been a week.
Okay.
So make sure you're getting those tickets quick.
Yes. And I want to talk about the second concert coming up in August, the Happy Together Tour 2026, an outrageous concert as it's being called.
Yeah, this one's going to be so much fun. It's going to be on August 12th. The lineup's just absolutely loaded with some of those oldies bands. We got the Association doing songs like Cherish and Windy, the Trogs doing Wild Thing.
Nice.
Gary Puckett, Jason Sheaf, longtime lead singer for Chicago, plus Ron Dante, the Four Tunes, the Vogues, the Cowsills. You might not know these bands by name, but I guarantee you know the songs that they sing.
Oh, yeah. Once you hear them, you're like, I know that song. That's a classic. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. And, go ahead.
The tickets on this one are going to start at $38.
Okay.
And it's just going to be a fun night, a fun summer night in the middle of August, and sitting there by the lake in the beer and wine patio. It's going to be absolutely awesome time.
There's nothing better. And I know you and I had chatted about this last Monday, but Kresge Auditorium in the middle of summer, especially August, right there on Green Lake. I mean, it's an experience. Just the whole ambiance is perfection.
Yeah, it's a bucket list summer trip. Go out to Interlochen, take in a concert there at Kresge Auditorium, and have an absolute great time.
And Rodney, just to clarify too, where can people get the tickets? Best thing to do, go to the Interlochen website?
Yep. Best thing to do is make sure you're going to interlochen.org/tickets to get those tickets, or contact our box office. You can give them a call, or you can even show up in person on Friday morning and pick them up Friday morning.
Excellent. Rodney, we appreciate it. We're going to see you back here on Monday for another look at some concert series coming up. Again, that is the Interlochen Summer Concert Lineup. Every Monday, we're going to be talking about a couple of the concerts you can expect this summer. So join us for those lineups on Monday. And stay right here. We're going to check out some winter-like weather that has moved back into northern Michigan. Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix has a complete look at that weather forecast coming up.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
I'm Dee Gatton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
We're gathered here today for a truly solemn occasion. Throughout this hall, I am joined by heartbroken Americans who have lost parents, siblings, children, grandchildren, and treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration.
President Donald Trump joined today by families who were victims of crime committed by illegal migrants, proclaiming February 22nd as Angel Family Day. The date was chosen in remembrance of Laken Riley, a nursing student in Georgia who was murdered by a Venezuelan man illegally in the country on February 22nd, 2024. Nearly 70 million people under weather alerts today amid a blizzard stretching more than 600 miles. More than 600,000 homes or businesses are without power, and travel conditions are in dire shape from Virginia to Massachusetts. 90% of all flights into or out of New York City have been canceled, with more than 5,500 flights in total in the U.S. called off.
People talk about how much energy it takes to train an AI model relative to how much it costs a human to do one inference query. But it also takes a lot of energy to train a human. It takes like 20 years of life and all of the food you eat during that time before you get smart.
Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the company that developed ChatGPT, is under fire for comparing humans to artificial intelligence as a one-to-one. In an interview, Altman tried to downplay the extensive amount of energy needed to power AI data centers. Critics called his answer dystopian and a danger to the humans who use AI. And that's your news update.
And just an FYI, the National News Desk can be seen on ABC 29 and 8 on Saturday night at 11:30 and Sundays at midnight. All right, welcome back to Up North Live's Unscripted. We are taking a look at weather. Joe, yeah, I went out running some errands yesterday, and I felt like, wow, it feels like winter again. And I know we're still in the thick of it, but we had a little bit of some relief, I felt, over the past few days prior.
Yeah, even last week, some sun in spots. No, I know we had also some rain and some snow and ice at the Mackinac Bridge. But yeah, it was warmer. Now cooling down again a little bit.
But look at that view. Gorgeous.
Yeah, that, by the way, if you're like, really? No, it's not right now. It's dark now. It was a little earlier, but what was it? I'd say about an hour ago. Just after 5 or so, about an hour and a half ago. That's what it looked like at the Mackinac Bridge. Now, some of you did not see any sunshine today, including the skies over where I live. It was cloudy all day today, but there was sun over a fair portion of northern Michigan. And you can see Jeff, our engineer, is like, is that a big cut in the ice? But it's the reflection off the tower, the shadow there a little earlier. All right, here is a look at temperatures right now. 10 at Mackinac Island, same at Sheboygan. It's already cold. And north and east of Gaylord, we're looking at probably below 0 temperatures tonight. 6, maybe up to 8 below, or down to 8 below rather, for parts of the UP, especially there near the Canadian border. And then closer to Lake Michigan from Leelanau County south, we're looking at temperatures in the teens, a little more cloud cover there. Charlevoix, your low tonight, along with Bel Air, down to 5 above. All right, here's where we had some clearing earlier. There was some lake effect snow today, too, in spots. Some of you did deal with that. There's a little bit of that still hanging on right in through here, but much of the night tonight is going to be rather quiet. Big nor'easter in the northeast right there. And then here's our next system near Montana tonight. This will kind of drop toward the Great Lakes region. That's going to bring in snow tomorrow. And tomorrow evening, it's going to be coming down at a good clip for just about everybody tomorrow. Officially, as far as warnings are concerned, the eastern UP under winter storm warnings until 7 for Luce County, that's 7 p.m. tomorrow night, and then Chippewa and Mackinac counties until late tomorrow night into early on Wednesday. So the main impacts from this one coming in, snow and wind. It'll be windy tomorrow too. Some slick roads, not necessarily icy, and then cold weather, not too much of an issue. Here's the timing on this. Heading into work tomorrow morning, no major issues. Pretty quiet. It's going home tomorrow when a lot of the snow will work in. So this is a burst of heavy snow right here. There's our incoming system that'll roll right over northern Michigan tomorrow afternoon and evening. I think that the heaviest snow, again, late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening. Then that moves on. And then, as usually is the case here in northern Michigan, we'll get some lingering lake effect snow behind that Wednesday afternoon and evening. And that should come to an end then by Thursday with a partly to mostly cloudy sky Thursday. Thursday looks pretty quiet. All right, thoughts on snow. Very little through noon tomorrow. Not much. It's tomorrow afternoon and evening when that'll start piling up in spots. And again, 5 to 7, maybe up to 8 inches in parts of the UP. But even in northern lower Michigan, it's going to be a little rough tomorrow evening. 2 to 5 inches expected for the area. So we're all looking at some accumulating snow. There's a look at the wind tomorrow that'll pair up with that incoming snow. South wind turning out of the northwest, it'll be pretty gusty. So for the remainder of tonight, 16 above to 8 below. We're gradually clouding over, a frigid late night though, or late February night I should say. And then tomorrow, snow locally heavy in the afternoon for the UP. And after starting below zero in several spots here, upper teens, mid-20s tomorrow afternoon. In the lower peninsula, most of that snow will be in the afternoon and evening, locally heavy at that time as that burst of snow works through the area. So again, heading home, work and school tomorrow could be a bit dicey on the roads. Reed City, upper 20s there on Hicks Lake there in Osceola County. Snow showers Wednesday, mostly cloudy Thursday, and then briefly warmer on Friday. I mean, we should see some melting Friday. Doesn't last long. We're back into the 20s, even some teens heading into next weekend.
All right, thanks, Joe. Coming up, the latest highlights and results from a busy results from the high school ski finals. We've got teams and races covered from both divisions, plus a huge weekend for Team USA to wrap up the Winter Olympics. That's all coming up next in sports. Welcome back to Up North Live's Unscripted. Of course, talking about some high school ski finals, Harrison.
Yeah, Melissa, shout out to the skiers. They rarely get the coverage. Unfortunately, most of their stuff's during the day. I'll just be honest, me being a night worker, it's tough to get to those ski meets during the day. But you know what? We make a special exception every year for the state finals because unlike every other sport that takes place, the state finals usually downstate, the ski finals right up here in northern Michigan every single year. We have Boyne Mountain and Shush Mountain were the host sites.
Perfect.
So a little chilly, but we packed extra layers and headed out this morning, got my coffee, and was all set.
All the
Parked
things.
it on the slopes. The D1 finals were at Boyne, and can report now Traverse City West boys on top of the state championship mountain for Division I. The boys led by a trio of brothers that are a part of a quadruplet.
Oh,
that's pretty cool there.
that's
yeah,
amazing.
and the female in that quadruplet is a skier as well. She finished top 10 as well, so great stuff for them. In the Division II race, we want to shout out the Petoskey boys. They're basically a dynasty in northern Michigan. It's kind of shocking when Petoskey doesn't win a state championship in high school boys skiing. They did finish runner-up a year ago, but they're back on top of the mountain this year, and they had an individual state champion in one of the 2 sets of races. In fact, their most noteworthy accomplishment today in one set of races, they had only 4 skiers count, but in one of the races, they had all 6 of their skiers finish 5th through 10th.
Whoa.
So that's pretty much going to lock up a great performance for you. And they won a close one by 2 over the Great North Alpine Co-op. So that was a real key, accomplishment for them to peg the points to get on top of the podium. Much more results, highlights can be found. I just posted them on our website right now and our Facebook page as well if you want to check them out there. But let's go, Melissa, now to the Olympic Games. Yes, they are all wrapped up, but let's touch on some key accomplishments from over the weekend. Kayla Kuhn, our Northern Michigan native from Boyne City. She finished 5th in the individual aerial competition, but she is on top in the mixed team event. I didn't even know she was competing in that. We woke up Saturday morning and she was with 2 other teammates.
Great
gold
surprise.
medal. The 22-year-old won a gold medal in her 2nd Olympic Games, so she's pretty excited about that. Can't wait to talk to Kayla when she comes back to Northern Michigan, hopefully in a few weeks here. Team USA, the men's hockey tournament. What a thriller yesterday. I'm sure you saw all the headlines from it. Dylan Larkin and a bunch of Michigan natives a part of that big win over Canada in overtime. And as a result, Team USA set a record 12 golds at the Olympics for the Winter Olympics. That's a record for Team USA. 33 overall. Norway dominating the headlines as far as medals are concerned. But you know what? I think in a lot of ways, Team USA is happy to get the medals they did.
I think so too. Job well done. All right, Harrison, thank you so much. And don't go anywhere. Stay right here. We're going to take another look at the question of the day coming up after this break.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
All right, we are taking a look at that question of the day. Does your community need more summer child care options? Right now, if you go to our website, UpNorthLive.com, you'll see our poll. 73% say yes, the community does need more summer child care options. 27% say no. You can also go to our Facebook page, Up North Live, and you can comment, leave your questions there, or leave your responses there, I should say, and we will, of course, check them out. And thank you for tuning in tonight for Up North Live's Unscripted. We hope to see you back here for Up North Live News at 11. And as always, until then, have a fabulous evening.